Hello everyone, my name is Dividend Dashboard, and today we will talk about a must-have formula for your dividend portfolio tracker in Google Sheets. This is the first of a 3-video series where in each video we will go through a different formula. Google Sheets is what I use to personally track my portfolio either when I'm sitting at my desk or when I am on the go, since they have an app for iOS and Android. In order to use Google Sheets, you will need a Gmail account. The formula for today's episode is ImportHTML. We will go through the formula and then I will show you a quick example in Google Sheets. I separated the formula in colors so it can be easier to understand and know the correlation of the separated colors in the case of green and red. Okay, so starting with blue, ImportHTML is used to scrape data from a selected website. When the web is within the formula, we must specify if the information is coming from a list or table and the number of that option, in this case, table number 9. We're scraping data from Fimbis, and this will be the table. For this example, we will be looking for the dividend yield of a dividend stock. Now we go to the color yellow, B3. This is a selected cell and it can vary from spreadsheet to spreadsheet, so change it accordingly. This cell is used so when you input the ticker of a stock, the formula will search it on the website and graph the information. Taking a look at color red, index and number 8 and 2, index is used to graph information from a specific cell that you select. In this case, column 8 and row 2. So when we take a look at Fimbis, this means that it will graph the information from a dividend yield and show the value in Sheets. Color green, substitute. When importing data from Fimbis to Sheets, the information will have a star at the beginning and at the end of the data. Substitute is a way to remove that. Looking at the end of the formula, we can see that the first set of quotes with a star in between and then next set with nothing. This means substitute the star for a blank and that will actually remove the star. And last one, white, if error. This is optional to have in the formula. I have it for cleaning purposes. So what this does is that instead of showing an error in case you put the formula wrong, it will just leave the cell blank. This makes the spreadsheet look cleaner. Now, moving to Google Sheets, we're going to do an example with the formula. I will be creating a small table so we can search the dividend yield of a specific stock by just adding the ticker. So after making the table, we put the formula and the ticker that we want to search. Make sure to change the cell in the formula for the corresponding one. This decimal number will not appear in the formula that I'm giving you. This happens to me because I have the multiply by 1 at the end. So to fix that, I can just remove it or hit the % button. If you want to search any additional dividend yields, just add the ticker and drag down the formula. Simple as that. ImportHTML is one of my favorite formulas to have in a tracker because it gives you access to a large amount of data without the need of constant copy-paste or play back and forth with the website in order to populate the tracker. So it's pretty handy. For those who are new to the channel, in every single episode, I always provide a portfolio update in full transparency. This is a dividend stock portfolio. Every week I buy companies that pay me dividends, and the goal of this portfolio is to be able to generate enough cash flow in the future so I can escape the 9 to 5. Portfolio value sitting at $9,819.72 with a dividend yield of 3.31%. This translates to $306.11 in projected annual dividends. We remained at 20 holdings, so no new positions has been added. Performance-wise versus the S&P 500, I cannot complain at all. Over the short term, we go toe-to-toe with the benchmark, but as the time horizon expands, we can see the difference to be noticeable. Year to date, we are up 3.55% versus 15% down of the S&P. Portfolio is performing good so far. Portfolio allocation. In previous episodes, we were not able to see small holdings that were under 2%. This is because of the setup and spacing of the pie chart. I've been buying small tranches to increase the allocation of those companies. We're talking about Kroger, ADM, Nike, Digital Realty Trust, and Johnson & Johnson. All the companies mentioned pay a growing dividend, most of them with a 10% 5-year compounded. So it will be interesting to see how these small holdings play a bigger impact in the portfolio long term. Annual dividend per holding. As usual, several holdings are getting closer to the $20 mark. Looking at DLR, which is the last holding in my latest edition, this is a data center REIT that pays a very nice dividend, and look at the chunk that it pays, beating J&J and HD. This is a company that I'm trying to add small tranches every week. Average cost versus capital gains. This is a brand new slide, and this is the first time showing it in a video. So in blue, we have the average cost of my holdings, while in gray, we have the capital gains or loss. The bigger the gray bar, the more gain or loss that the position carries. We can see how big in profits I am with Starbucks and Apple, but on the other hand, I'm losing with Corning, AT&T, and 3M. Right now, I have AT&T and 3M on hold as I am not investing more funds for now until I see a clear resolution with their conflicts. 3M with their legal litigation and T with their debt. Buys of the week. I purchased companies that I want to increase my exposure to. This week, I bought Nike, Digital Realty Trust, and Johnson & Johnson. Total return. We have some big runners here. Most of my companies are in profits to a huge extent, like Apple and Coca-Cola. This does not mean that they are overvalued though. Some companies can go up in price and still remain on their fair value range. Overall, this week the portfolio had an amazing performance, and it will be interesting to see how it goes in the last 3 weeks of 2022. So that will be it for today's video. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified when part 2 comes out. Until next time.